Hey guys, it's Shira, and welcome to the very first episode of Storytime. Now, this new series is exactly what it sounds like. It's pretty much where I tell you guys about specific moments, the more interesting moments of my life, because trust me, there are lots of those. So I asked you guys on Twitter whether you want a story about me, like, getting in trouble in school, or all those types of stories, or stories from back when I was trainee on Mineplex, which were also very interesting, and, I think the vote was like 56% for the school trouble, because you guys want to see how much of a bad boy I am. So, I'm gonna be telling you guys about that today. If you guys want this to become like an actual series that I do like once a month or twice a month or something, I don't know, maybe 3 times, I don't know. But, if you want this to become an actual series, then be sure to slap that like button. Let's try to get to an insane amount of 250 likes on this video. And, yes. So I guess we're gonna start off with the first story. So, actually no, before we start, I just want to let you guys know, I'm a person that actually tries to do well in school. Like, if I don't have like full-on straight A's, I'm upset. Like, if I have like a B+ in a class, that's not good enough. I always try to get at least an A-, at least a 90% in all my classes. And that's just who I am. Don't judge me. I'm try-hard. I actually want to do well in school. Also, another thing that you have to know is that my old middle school vice principal, when I was at my middle school, he is like the toughest. He's the one that deals with like all the extreme troublemakers, and he's the one that like pretty much yells at them and hands out all the punishments. Pretty much every single kid in the middle school is scared of him, and he's like he's like the Darth Vader at. Okay, that was really lame. So let's get into the first story for today. I believe this took place in 7th grade. So it was, I believe, I think, yeah, okay. So it was my I was in PE, and my PE teacher is a she, if you care. And we were getting ready. We were talking. We were like before class. I don't know if you guys probably have this as well. You just talk with your friends before class starts. The teacher really doesn't care. So we were about to take a PE test. I think it was like about kickball or something. Me and my friend were talking about something completely random. I honestly have no idea what we were talking about. But for some odd reason, and I don't know, I still to this day don't know how she got this, but my teacher apparently thought that me and my friend were like being mean or talking bad about this one other girl in our class, which was completely unrelated to what we were even talking about. I mean, first of all, that was ridiculous because I would never make fun of another person in my class or really in anywhere. Like, that is just not me. Yes, I do make jokes, but if those jokes contain offending people, racism, stuff like that, that's where I crossed the line. So, when my teacher called me up after the test to say, like, hey, I know what you've been saying about blank. I'm not going to say your name, obviously, in case, like, someone's watching this video or something from my school. But, it was just ridiculous to me when my teacher, after I took the test, she literally called me up and she's like, hey Alex, I know what you've been saying about her, and that's extremely unacceptable. And I said, wait, who are you talking about? What did I say? And she's like, blank. I'm not gonna say your name once again. And you've been saying really bad stuff. And I'm like, no, I haven't. I've never even said any. I don't even, like, I'm not even friends with that person. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Now, here's the part that kind of blew me away. Like, I don't know. I had respect for this teacher, right? Like, I respected her. She was fair. She was a good teacher and funny at the same time. But here's the part that made me lose so much respect for her. You know what she did? This is what she said. Alex, you don't have to lie to me. I know what you did. And I was mind blown when I heard that. I was just like, I didn't, like, she didn't even give me a chance to, she straight up assumed that I said something bad about that girl. When I heard, I lost so much respect for that teacher, guys. You don't even know how frustrating it is when someone accuses you of something and yells at you for it, even though they have absolutely zero evidence that it happened. That is mind-blowing to me. She said, yeah, you stop lying to me, I know what you did, I know that you did it. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna, well, I did clearly tell her I didn't, and she's like, stop lying. So I just kind of walked away, like, whatever, she dismissed me. But then, later that same day, I was in math class, and you guys know about that vice principal, I'm just gonna call him Mr. Bob. So, our vice principal, Mr. Bob, I was in math class later that day. He came into the math class, he came into the classroom and asked for me to step out to talk to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my PE teacher is actually, like, I mean, the fact that she yelled at me was kind of ridiculous, first of all, but the fact that she sent the vice principal of the middle school after me, the one that deals with literally the drug dealers, the bullies, like, the fact that she sent him after me to talk to me was mind-blowing. So I stepped outside, I was scared half to death. He asked me questions like, did you do this, did you say something about this girl, and I said, no, I didn't. I was getting a bit furious since he was accusing me of all this stuff, and my other PE teacher was accused. It was just ridiculous. So we had a walk, we had like a 2-minute talk, and I literally explained to him, I don't know where my PE teacher got this, but apparently she thought that I was being like mean to this girl or something. And at the end, I literally told him, listen, Mr. I legitimately told this to him, like, I don't care. I said, listen, Mr. Bob, you know me, you know that I wouldn't do something about this, so I'm not sure why you're talking to me in the first place. I literally told him that, and he didn't even like yell. It seemed like he actually understood. He was just like, okay, well, if we find anything else, then you'll definitely be in trouble, and then he just kind of walked away. Guys, if you know you didn't do something, listen to the teacher, but also stand up for yourself. Don't let them yell at you, even though you know that you're innocent. Obviously, if you know you're guilty, admit it, admit that you did something wrong, but if you know you're innocent, don't let them yell at you, because that's the worst. Well, I don't know if it's the worst thing. I mean, talking back, if you have a bad teacher, talking back, I mean, they'll just get you in more trouble. But if you know that you have a if you know that your teacher is actually a good person, don't let them continue to yell at you if you know you're innocent. That's kind of like my lesson from that moment. So yeah, after that, nothing really happened. I didn't actually end up getting in trouble. No detentions involved, no punishments. I just kind of went along my day. My friend didn't get in trouble as well. Oh, actually, my parents ended up calling because I told my parents about the situation, because I thought that, I mean, something had to happen, because it was just too ridiculous. My parents actually called my PE teacher, and my PE teacher said that it was just some sort of, like, test or something, because the girl, like, went up to her, and she's like, people are being mean to me, and apparently she accused me out of all people. I don't know. But yeah, I think she tried getting me in trouble or something. I don't know. It was just it was a ridiculous all-in-all situation. But in the end, my PE teacher said that, oh no, trust me, I know Alex is a good kid, which was very ironic since she literally called me a liar earlier that day. And up to this day, I really don't have much. Well, I have respect, but I don't have as much as I should for that one teacher. It was just, I don't know, guys, just pray that you don't have those types of teachers. But, anyway, let's get on to the second story. Now, my friend, actually, Ryan, he told me to, he texted me when I released that Twitter poll, and he's like, yo, you have to tell the story if you're gonna talk about getting in trouble in school. So I am. So this is the second story of me getting in trouble. This was, 8th grade. So, I was sitting in the lunchroom with my friend, Pinkie Pie, or I'm just gonna call her Anna, and Anna and Ryan, and we were screwing around as usual. Not screwing, by screwing around, I mean we were, like, pushing each other and, like, shoving. Probably not as, well, we weren't shoving you know what I'm talking about, the classic, we were making jokes, being loud, but not loud to get in trouble. Just a normal lunch day, just talking, having fun. And, this is this is what happened. So my friend Ryan and Anna, I was sitting in between them, and I said some sort of like joke or something. I don't know. I honestly don't remember why they did this, but they started like, they thought it would be a bright idea to start pushing like into me. Like Anna would like push into me on one side, and Ryan would push into me on the other side, and they just started pushing me in for some reason. It was all in good fun, obviously, and no harm or anything. Just friends being friends, right? So, in revenge, we had this one boxing class in PE, and I'm like, Ryan, if you don't stop this, and I started to like lightly punch him as like I was punching the beanbag thing in PE. Gosh, I have a bad reputation in getting in trouble in PE, but I started lightly like air punching my friend Ryan, like I don't know, as if I would to an actual boxing bag thing, but lighter obviously, and I pretty much wasn't even hitting him at all. So one of the lunch ladies, actually the nurse of our school, saw this, and she went right over, and she went directly to me after she didn't even see Ryan and Anna push me, like, in, like, she didn't even see that. I mean, if anything, that was the real thing to get yelled at, but instead, she went directly to me, and she's like, go tell Mr. Bob, the vice principal, what you were doing, and I'm like, wait, what was I doing? And she said, you were punching this kid, and, so obviously I was a bit like, I don't know how to say it, confused, because they were doing the same exact thing. So I told her, well, they were doing the same thing. So for some odd reason, she points out my friend Ryan, and she's like, okay, then you go too. So me and Ryan were legitimately forced to go to the office to talk to Mr. Bob. And it was, honestly, this story was made just a little more sense than the other one, because the other one was just plain ridiculous. But this one was ridiculous as well, because literally all I was doing, she didn't even give me any warnings whatsoever. She straight up ratted me, well, not ratted me out, she straight up just told me to go to the office to talk to the vice principal of the school for slightly air punching my friend Ryan. So we both went. Honestly, I should have just went by myself and dealt with the situation, but we talked with the secretaries at the office. They were like, why are you here? So I said, I didn't know what I did. I'm just here to talk to Mr. Bob. And she said, okay, sit down, he should be here. Later, it was like at the end of lunch, he never, I mean, first of all, they took up all our lunchtime, so I wasn't even able to eat. So I was pretty much starving for the rest of the day, but, besides that, me and my friend and I, Ryan, sat at the office waiting for Mr. Bob to come, but he never actually showed up. So the secretaries told us to write our names on this piece of paper so that Mr. Bob would come talk to us later that day. And it turns out that he never talked to me he didn't come that day, he didn't come that week, and at the end, we graduated, he never came to talk to me or my friend Ryan. So I'm guessing that the secretary, it's because I have a pretty decently high profile, like, I'm in orchestra and stuff, and I'm actually surprisingly good at the bass, so I have some titles in there, so I'm guessing that the secretaries knew me and knew that I wouldn't, like, do something stupid. So I'm guessing they just recycled that paper because they knew better. So really happy about that, because I really didn't feel like getting a pointless detention, just like last year almost. So yeah, but guys, thank you so much for watching today's story time, and if you or listening to today's story time, I mean, you were probably playing Minecraft or something while listening to the audio of this video. I mean, if you were watching the Skywars, yay. I mean, really not that necessary. But, yeah, guys, if you want more of these story times, then be sure to slap that like button. Let's try to get to this episode to an insane amount of 250 likes. And, guys, thank you so much for all your support. There's going to be a more serious video coming soon on this channel. But, hopefully that's going to be, I don't know, Friday? I don't know, we'll see. But, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.